Beautiful people. We are back for Uber's UU Sunday. Really enjoyed playing this tier. We're gonna be using the same team, and this is not gonna be a long live. We're gonna be vibing, chopping it up. So definitely something in the background if you use my videos in that way, or it's gonna be heavily competitive as well. So high level engagement. We're having a weather war today. We have this boy trying to bring his Chiyu, wants smoke with me, but Palafin is not having it. He's not having any of the tomfoolery. Speaking of tomfoolery, I'm likely staring down a Dialga tomfoolery. Bro really let Torkoal, he's insane. Cause that gives me my Palafin activaciones and gives me the weather, which you don't want. Yeah, Palafin activaciones, as I mentioned. The weather and my Land Rosu. I don't think this gets affected by sun, right? And so this puts me in a position of power, unless this is Choice Scarf Dialga. So many cool things to anticipate. If it's Choice Scarf Dialga and I get Ice Beam here, that's a big deal. I'm actually walled by opposing landers. He's a Solvis. There's no way. It's the fucker has Ice Beam. Well, this isn't bad because this is his only good water resist. So I was willing to make that sacrifice if he did have the rogue Ice Beam. And maybe Ice Beam isn't rogue. Maybe Ice Beam is that thing. But I doubt he's max speed Assault Vest. So I'm fairly confident I can go to. If I go Arceus, he's gonna Chiyu. I don't want Chiyu on me. Flip turn with a Choice Bandit Palafin, even in the sun, is definitely killing this Dialga. Yeah. What this does is allows for me to have the rain up to keep the Chiyu out. Positioning is really important. Very important in Pokemon. And I'm doing this at like super rapid pace, so he's likely gonna see the staring down the Chiyu here as well. He may leave the Torkoal in, but the beauty of it is I have a Landers and a Spadef Pelipalesian, and this allows for me to go for the knockoff. I could have U-turned out into my Pelipper, or hard switch into my Pelipper, but the weather doesn't really matter at this point, not yet at least. And so what this allows, I could see him doubling out to Chiyu. The thing is, I have the max Def Pelipper, so it'd be really high risk. Oh, that did a lot. I wonder if he has Sun. He has Fire Blast. If he has it, he'll use it here. Can't play with this. Oh, he does have it. Ooh, you thought you had me. This is Magirna is taking a beating. Truth be told, I'm taking quite the beating. Is he rogue? Is he what? Well, he has U-turn. There's no way he's insane enough to go to fucking Landers. So Flirt Cannon is always the best play anyway. Oh, please hit. Oh my god, didn't die. Look how much power, and it didn't die. It's a fucking Specs Draco Meteor Fairy from a modest Latios. I think Latios is, I don't remember. Man, it's been so long since I've seen our boy Latios that I do want to be very careful, but I don't have to at the same time because Terra makes everything unbalanced. So I technically could Calm Mind up and just terrestrialize in the water and completely nullify the Chiyu's existence in life. And that's a beautiful thing if you ask me. This is very fast. It's a very fast Pokemon. Arceus is an issue, but as I said, with the Calm Mind, I completely flipped that matchup on his table. So we're gonna lean towards the Arceus water right now. So many win cons, and like I have too many intentions in my mind. I'm enjoying the moment, but also I'm like, okay, maybe I'm going too fast without enough breakdown onto why all the plays are being made. Because you notice I didn't really do an intense team preview, which is usually how you guys know what's gonna happen in the game. But I do have it in my head, but I didn't really articulate it, which is one of these videos, So the gear isn't necessary. This thing doesn't get that did significantly less. That did significantly less. I know it's half the power, but lord, okay. Figured he'd be asleep talk. Jesus. Ow. Wow. This is concerning. This is a concerning Pokemon, especially because it has rest. There's probably he's probably Iron Defense rest. If he gets body press again, because he's gonna wake up. He's either gonna get Iron Defense here, or he's gonna wake up, and I'd prefer to. Okay, I can Pelipper. Yeah, he gets it. Which I was like, I could use a flip turn, but if I go hard Magearna, there's actually not that big of a payoff. So this is gonna fucking hurt. He actually sleep talk. That's actually amazing, because like he's gonna have to rest again, which allows me to reset the rain. And he got the fucking defense boost, so I'm going to have to actually take a pretty big risk here and hope he doesn't get body press. Yes, please hit. That was a really big miss, because now he gets to rest again, which is what I've been trying to fucking avoid, and now he's way bulkier. So I got a Magearna. Yeah, so this is really cool. Like I'm actually losing to this thing. Like, isn't that crazy? Me jam. What the fuck? So I gotta put it all on the line here. I think if I Terra Fairy, I kill him. No, maybe. But if I Terra and he pulls body press, I lose. And depending on what the Chi-Yu is, I can lose to that. Destroy Scarf and it's in the sun. Because I need my Terra Water on Arceus. We're gonna have to try this again. Okay. I think Terra Fairy would have killed him, but again, it's a really big gamble. Okay, fair enough. Because he's probably max with F. 2 Earth Power is better than a Calm Mind + Earth Power. Because he can't control what he gets, which is a big deal. But I'm pretty sure this shit's finna work me. Oh, I got a split F drop. That's huge. That is huge. That's what she said. That is huge. Him dodging the Fleur Cannon is why I even had a shot with this thing. If I hit that Fleur Cannon, but I mean, it's, you know, him pulling, not getting sleep talk and all that stuff matters too. 96 base. That's why I love Meta Play Grass Knot, because even if it's versus the weaker ones, it's still damn near as strong because of just the plus, the boost you get from having the plate. So this must be packing the wave of sludge. There's no way you go to this, or sludge bomb. I forgot it was against sludge wave, and your boy's max with death. So I did lose the weather war, but I still kept my Terra, which is huge. And what this does is now he's at the mercy of Le Palafino. Not exactly, but exactly. Cause Torkoal is coming in, and I'm debating whether or not it's actually better to have the Mandibuzz healed, because the Torkoal matchup, there's nothing I'm doing about it. All that's gonna happen is I'm gonna remove his item so that my Palafin can be activated more pristinely later on, and I'm gonna flip the matchup. Eruption is crazy. Eruption is it was a wild decision. What was it? Heat Rock. Okay. So we're gonna roost again here. Eruption isn't a 2 KO anyway, and he's losing more health. This boy's offensive as hell. Is it worth stalling? No. Not if he keeps flamethrowing. So he seems to be full on offensive, which is actually a good thing. So I'll give up my Magearna, which literally loses to everything. Right, and then we're going to Terra and flip this matchup, and the game's over. That's why Arceus is busted. Like with a Terra, you're essentially staring down Arceus water. Unless he has Yawn. Solar Beam, yeah, it's over. Once you start Solar Beaming with a Torkoal, you lost all credibility. So the Arceus Ice is in, but it's too late. 144 base, and it's a speed tie, so I'll recover, and on the odd chance, oh, he gets it. He gets the you know what, and he wins the next tie. Okay, let me win this one. Jeez, bro, stop winning these ties. Come on. I just needed him to not get the power. I didn't want to even speak on it because you know when you speak on it. But quite the game. It's obviously over now. But quite the game indeed. Because I have the legit punch and he has to. But you can't. Powering up the chi, you didn't even make that difference here. He must be non-spexed. He must be non-scarf because he would have went chi first and fish for the dark pulse. But oh, he is scarf. Okay, and he gets it. But I have a max with F Mandibuzz. I could, even if he flinched this down to death, Mandibuzz, and then flinch Mandibuzz down, the sun turns would wear out because of the knockoff I did earlier, thinking long term, and my Palafin would just knock him out with Jet Punch. He probably still comes close in the sun. It might even still kill it, but just as a. But I knew the Arceus water would flip the matchup at some point, but the Zamazenta having rest talk, because I guess wall by ghost types. Excuse me, maybe that's not that common in this tier. But yeah, you know, I made a post yesterday in the community thing breaking down basically what I'm after with all this, right? You know, I've been in the space for a while. I don't have the biggest channel. And that's not unintentional, though it's not intentional. It hasn't been even the past year is the longest I've ever uploaded consistently, like almost to the day. I've uploaded consistently for a year, which is the first time in years. So my channel size is my own fault, my inconsistency, and that's because I never wanted to be a YouTuber in the way like full-time YouTube kind of deal. And I still don't, which is why I've never fully. However, what I did realize over time, because I'm like, why won't I leave the scene? And initially I thought, okay, well that means that, you know, I want. I was staring down Mag, but that's okay. Or the Dialga. This thing is a beast. He must have Thunderbolt. He made Draco, but Draco, Thunderbolt in the Volt Switch is superior. Yeah. Earth Power, perhaps. Either Earth Power or I'm staring down his Magearna. Either way, value wise, because I could have went to Landers there, but I actually one-shot him once. Wonderful. And I forgot about the Soul Heart thing. But over time, I began to realize, because psych human behavior, that's my world offline, that's what my formal training is in. Though, you know, all things considered, I've learned way more elsewhere than in college through just practice. Not practice, practice, yes, but real-time application. And so behind the scenes, I had just over the past 4 years or so been working with guys just honestly to learn the craft of what are the first principles or the first causes of a person wanting something in life and not being able to attain it, right? Excuse me. And I've always had avenues where I could get the things I wanted, you know. That's a kind of a combo for another time, but you know, in my offline, no way, ice beams or flare cannons. Okay, in my offline, I forgot about terrestrialization and all that. Probably gonna Terra here, but I have the 100% strong move. Plus I have Palafin, so depending on what it is, psychic. Okay, in the rain, this shit is no joke. Psychic Magearna, how cool. Actually, Draining Kiss might be an issue. I literally thought about that the moment he clicked it. I have Trick on my Mag. This wasn't a good play. He may be faster than me. And I gave him Soul Heart. But I'm in the rain. But my Palafin would get. I have a couple ways I could go about this. I could Trick and Specs lock him. I could try to one-shot him. Let me think this through, because I'm talking about the story and I'm not paying attention to the game. But I also have to win the game after this. And I have to make sure I have the pieces to be able to do that, because Bax is somewhat concerning. But I think if I just have Palafin and my Pella probably straight. So if I go this, he combines again, tricks. I trick. my Palafin won't be activated. I could go Palafin first, flip turn in the mag, because he doesn't have any speed boosts. His Palafin is still 262, so in the rain this is gonna do at least half, almost, yeah. So my 0 to hero will knock it out, but I didn't want to have to go Pelipper again. So it has Iron Defense. This allows for me to trick shit. Iron Defense is a bitch. Didn't see that coming, because I won't have any. Thing is, he's faster than me, right? So now he's gonna get to Draining Kiss spam, and he's now stronger than ever, and he's gonna get a boost. So what I have to do is Volt Switch stored powers. Yeah, stored power. Palafin's gonna have to come up big here. Is it better to? Because as I said, it's really about the end game. I don't want 71% Iron Defense is something I didn't see coming. Okay. Landorus is not mandatory. So if I were to Sandsteer Storm, it would do a good bit, but I'd be left with Palafin and Arceus Water. If I go Palafin straight up, I could CB Wave Crash, which would do probably enough for light, maybe yeah, I needed the rain turns. Actually, I have Flip Turn. I'm tripping. I forgot Flip Turn is a move, and I have the Terra. I don't want a Terra because okay, that's enough. I just didn't want to give a Pelipper, but if I did 24 with Flip Turn, Flip Turn is half of Wave Crash. That's really close. But if I Terra Water, but then I'm gonna have to deal with the backs. Because really what I want to do is give up my Landorus, so he can't control the weather. But I'm gonna bank on that. It's a Palafinian base 120. It should kill him. If I Terra, I really don't want to Terra. If I do not kill, okay, I'm a fucking Palafin. All right. I forgot about Flip Turn. That was a big deal. He freeze dries actually won't die unless he's offensive, which is crazy to say, right? Hypnosis is, that's actually great. So I get to go back to the Palafinian, yeah, and now I'm applying that pressure. That Jet Punch does not fucking fuck around. He may have the dry freeze, but as I said, I don't want to control. If he doesn't have it, I'm not gonna. He does. Doesn't. Look at that. I fucking ate, and now I can go back to the Palafin King. Because Bax is such a, let's say he freeze dries again, that's another kill. Even if he switches, I'm fine. Yeah, Palafin is too bulky. Jet Punch probably to a KO his entire team. I want a Flip Turn, but I know he's going Ursaluna. If you freeze dry here, I need Palafin though. I need Palafin. I think Jet. Oh, it's a big KO. I'm curious how much the punch of Jet does, because I'll get 2 off. Holy shit. That's why this shit was fucking banned. I think I'm good now, because even if it's Glaive Rush, Arceus eats 1. If I Terra there, I won. Isn't that crazy? Jet Punch is dumb. Oh shit. Again, you need to crit my Arceus to win, because I just Terra Water my Arceus. But holy shit, Magirna ran the fuck up on me, and I fucked up by forgetting about Draining Kiss. I'm like, oh, I'll just go, it's a Psychic type now. Like, what kind of logic was that? So I had to pause the story to win that game real quick. It's very difficult to multitask, especially in unfamiliar terrain. But yeah, I realized in doing all that behind the scenes, because you know, on your journey you figure out, okay, like what am I, I'm sure there are many people who are like, you may have a job, or you may have something you went to school for, but you know, in your spare time you don't think about the thing you do at work, right? You may have some completely different side project that just fires you up far more. And I've had a lot of offline, I have a lot of different things that, you know, I know a lot of you wouldn't be, I'll just say, you'd be what you imagine my offline reality to be and what it is. It's probably very jarring. I'm like, you know, 3-piece suit, clean shoes. Obviously the shoes are clean, well tailored. Like I used to be in the suiting business. I kind of still am, but I'm not as focused because I decided to put more focus on seeing this man's vision through, of creating a space where it's commonplace for a person to get from point A to point B. You can learn all that through language you're already open to, because the information is out there. But most people, that's why there's a 1% of things. Most people, it's just not that interesting to them, and they don't know where to start, or it's daunting. And how do you know to trust a person? So my approach is more on the, I'm going to, actually it's better to have the negative. He's probably faster than me. I'm not max speed, or even max speed adamant. I was gonna say it's probably better for me to have the negative. Man, the buzz is an option. You want to attack positions that cannot be defended. It's a little tricky because his mag is the same as mine, but it's unlikely. Sorry if that you heard that sound. It's unlikely his Dragapult can kill me. Okay, interesting. A crit obviously did not matter, but yeah, you think about. So I'm guessing this type of stuff is just what people are using. So we'll get the Palafin up because I saw the last guy was Calm-Mind. I doubt he's Calm-Mind T-Bolt. If he is, then Palafin would destroy him, but if he's not, I just go Palafin. So yeah, shift gears, but the Finno is way too powerful. There's no way he could stored power kill me unless he's Terra Psychic. Maybe that's the other guy was Terra Psychic. That's why his stored power is so fucking strong. In which case my play here would be to actually have gone to Magearna. But there's no way store power makes sense though, because you saw how much because I would have hate like just wasting my, what's the worst case scenario? So I'm gonna go Buzz in case he stored power but he didn't Terra Psychic. So this allows me to U-turn. I'll eat the Draining Kiss if that's the route he chooses to go. He's a lot more problematic than he was before, but he's faster than me, so he can afford to risk the trick. He won't take that much damage from my mag. Shift gears again, which is actually really good for me because now he's forced to probably stored power slash. Yeah, there's no point in me volt switching. He's forced to Draining Kiss. But he's only +2, so I'll net a bit more, even though he's choice specs. Oh, that's a big crit there. It's a huge crit, and I have a leftovers, so he's not gonna get enough back from Draining Kiss to take a Jet Punch from my Palafin. Or maybe that's a damn lie. But I don't even think Draining Kiss would kill me even with a choice specs. Rain boosted. I'm just not used to Palafin. I know this shit is dumb. 690 is fucking ridiculous. Let's find out. Yeah, he's alive. 52%. So I should have just fucked the Terra Water. And Arceus is good, but I can't be Dragonite. What's my even win con here? I didn't even. Pretty backsweek, honestly. 52%. Shit won't die. It's just an issue because I can't. I should have just wave crashed. I know I wouldn't die, so why not just wave crash? That's a pretty big mistake. And more so because he's so boosted and he's gonna get another boost, so it makes things even trickier. But I wouldn't even be in this position if I didn't get the crit. The speed that he has is the issue in the move he's locked into, because Draining Kiss has a good bit of PP remaining. Pretty sure Pelly would eat, but as I said, he's gonna get too much health back, so what to do? Pelly eats. I'll have to probably sack 2 months for this, because I need Mag to somehow survive this. If it does, then I'm fine a little bit. Okay, it does. And I get that crucial. Actually, it might not end up mattering. This shit is too broken. No, it's not broken. I didn't do enough. Yeah, I didn't do enough to like, I could have played around the Mag better, especially given the fact that I saw the last one. But yeah, I could have just wave crashed. I didn't know if they would Terra Psychic and it would kill me, so I was like, okay. But he seemed to have a lot of defense if he took the Jet Punch at just 50% in the rain. So just learning the calcs for those, we can store that in our brain for later. But that was a pretty easy win that I gave away. Wonder if it's better to have knockoff. I mean, foul play on Mandibus. Yeah, it's better to activate the... Oh yeah, Shed Tail is in this now. Isn't that cool? Shed Tail is back. I need to try that. Let's see. What could he possibly Shed Tail to that would be of any significance? No, not even Magirna, because Magirna's sub would get broken. So knockoff is kind of good, but kind of not at the same time. My Palafin being banded is actually... me being able to switch up moves might be better for me. So nothing I can Volt Switch on that you could go into that I could Volt Switch on would not get Shed Tailed. I mean, not sub wouldn't get broken through Shed Tail. Yeah, Magirna. But he's super weak to this. I peeped it, but I don't have my rain up. Could be AV if people are running that. I'm curious how much this does. Jeez. And that's probably like some rogue max defense Rillaboom too. Is it worth taking a glide here? Me not having my band will matter versus a Sneasler, but Sneasler can't kill me. But I also thinking if I reposition into Magirna on the Rillaboom. Question is well, what would he do? Because he didn't even... There's too many options there. If he U-turns as I hard switch out, I'm in a really bad spot, particularly versus Chiyu. If he Grassy Glides gives me the Rillaboom, it forces him to go to the Sneasler, because otherwise he's gonna lose. I could Terra here and kill this Chiyu. Because the only reason you go Chiyu is if you're Choice Scarf, or I could miss the Sandsteer Storm, I suppose. Pelly's the best mid ground. I can eat a Dark Pulse if that's what he chooses to go for. I tank the heat of the over. Any fire move he would have gone for. But from again, how I win standpoint, he has no Palafin answer, right? The Rillaboom being gone means the Finno is, and I get this grassy terrain. And so this wave crash isn't fucking around. And if he wasn't terrain extender, then it's even better. And if I force the Terra, I don't have to be concerned about anything else terrestrializing. Protect is actually to my advantage because the rain is up and the grassy terrain wears off. So that Sneasler is likely grassy terrain boosted, and Palafin gets 1%. Bro, are you serious? Watch him have Thunder Wave. Okay, 1% is fucking stupid. We'll flip turn because we don't want Cyclozar coming into Tail and Shed, right? He needs a free opportunity, and the matchup in the rain versus that isn't the greatest. Surprised he saved the 13% Magirna. I mean, Cyclozar. That made no sense. At least not on the surface. Let's see if there's something about this. Because maybe you thought Palafin split turn would do less. Because now he can't even shed tail. Right, so he more or less loses them on. I'll say he just uses it. Okay. So we back. We back in the building. The very thing Palafin was not trying to have smoke with, I can now just jet punch. So he gave up Cyclozar, took away my choice specs, but that wasn't really relevant to begin with. Yeah, you're not in that. You don't have enough health to even shed tail. And Palafin smacks everything except the Sneasler, but Sneasler can't get the unburden boost, so it's neutered quite a bit. And Landorus is looking smoking sexy. Yeah, the Cyclozar is just fodder. Like, it's just Magirna fodder, unless he's gonna U-turn. Maybe he has U-turn. That would make sense. No. So here I get to VS on his mag. Okay, overheat. Interesting. Okay, overheat. Okay, overheat. Let me put that that weather back on you, so I can get this Palafino in back. And Terra Jet Punch and Terra Wave Crashes might just do it. Even if you were to knock off here, he goes on down, and we haven't even activated the Arceus yet. I do want to have Palafin in or Landerson versus Mag. More so Palafin, because I doubt the Mag is going to be Terra Water. If it is Terra Water, then Arceus has a little more room to play. So bro just does not want to let go of his Pokemon. And so Palafin, man, I just love using this Pokemon. But yeah, what were we talking about? Just refuses to let go. I refuse to let go. It's 46%. No band. Yeah, you're crazy. I've been wanting smoke with this Magirna. You're about to disappear. 99% twice. This is some bullshit. Not really. You just go. Sancier Storm is another really satisfying move. Just because I see all that power and it's in the rain. So it's just lovely. 99% twice. Palafin, get it together. But yeah, you know, once you have enough conversations, I've always been obsessed with what makes people, you know, from back when I was less informed, starting with myself, right? And going through that journey where I had to mold my life to get to the point where, like, you know, I was like, dang, like, oh, I just realized he's a flying type. I was like, you're still gonna die. It just looks like Hurricane, so whenever I think about it, but he's likely not. Actually, him being a flying type is fairly concerning, but I doubt he can knock me out because he likely has an item, which means my Arceus is gonna be faster. Actually, let me Chew in the rain. I'll be alright, but Mag is far less necessary. It loses to both these guys. Because I was like, the Chiu's probably Scarf, but still. So now this gives me the opportunity to Terra Water. And that's what I love that Earth Plate for. I could have gone Mandibuzz. It doesn't make a difference. Because I'm not getting to a KO, and I probably knock him. Yeah, Mandibuzz eats. It doesn't matter, but I might die to CC here, which helps Mandibuzz. Actually, Mandibuzz might die. No way, Mandibuzz dying from 100%. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah. It's Choice Scarf, Dark Pulse, right? And that's perfect. So now the Buzzinator wins. Just give this up. I no longer need let me think. Chew knocks out everything. But as I said, the Buzzinator wins. I just U-turn here. Actually kind of surprised the Weavile is faster than my Landorus. The Sneasler. And Pelipper's natural bulk. I was concerned about Direclaw. I knew he had it. You know, that could definitely turn the game, but you need to get sleep in order to do it. You need to get sleep. If he gets sleep, he can't sleep something else. So really multiple sleeps But I guess if he got power and then full powers, he could have messed me up. But yeah, so once, you know, I was thinking about, okay, well, what causes people to get what they want? Because success is just that, getting what you want. It doesn't matter what you want. Once you get what you want, or you're on the, as Earl Nightingale put it, the progressive realization, which is a more true statement, right? Once can't guarantee you're gonna get what you want in the way you want it, but every conscious step you make towards that thing is success. And that's more or less the ethos for everything ever, no matter what it is. And so gaming is no different. So my question then became, all right, from the data I was gathering, I'm working with real guys who, and again, it seems trivial, but unless you have the life that you want completely, I mean, completely, financially, you're with the woman you want to be with, you look the way you want to look, fitness wise, your relationships with your family is a certain way, then, I mean, to sit back and go like, oh, these guys that are using video games, not I. You know that guy in the corner of the room meme? He's like, they don't know that I'm the man, right? But I built a life, you know, I rarely talk about that side. That, and I was thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking about, how am I gonna make this work without getting distracted again, let's just say. And I'm like, is this gonna take way longer than I expect? And just asking all the wrong questions, right? All the wrong questions. And so, you know, I was reflecting on it all, and I'm like, you know, like, you have a life that, and my homeboys offline talk more about it, but it's like most guys, what all this high value man, the, you know, get the hot girls, not all the women, and or the, you know, as I mentioned, my circle offline is you'd be surprised. I don't think if we saw each other on the street, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's Jam right there. And there've been a lot of tempting offers for other things that would be like, you know what, fuck mons. But I have a really, and I cannot explain why, but I know I'm destined to do something in this space, in the gaming space as a whole, regarding helping guys to, I'm not even thinking about the place. It's probably better to say your storm here, but actually it's not. But, you know, helping guys to untap that hidden potential within, right? And I know it's cliche and cheesy, but I was there. I remember my 19-year-old version, and I've shared some of this before. I mean, I remember at that time it was around chicks, right? It's like, man, I really want to get over my approach anxiety. That's what it was. You know, I wasn't quite in the space of, you know, like, I've had situations happen and whatnot, but I don't like feeling like a coward. And I'm always being a coward because I, you know, see somebody, yeah, you might not get what you want, but is that any reason not to do it? And so I went on this journey to master social skills, as to say, and I got so efficient that you know, to this day, right, people, all my circle would refer people, yo, you gotta go, you know, people would send people to me. It's like, yo, you should, bro, when are you gonna release the channel, man? Like, people don't know what you know on this. And that came from a place of not feeling enough. And that same pattern occurred not just with women, it occurred with just a plethora of other things. It was the same with mines. So when I really give a damn about something, like, I just can't be just another guy that's okay at it. Like, I need to be like that nigga, like that guy. So I don't pick a lot of things to really invest my time in as like heavy. And I've decided with mods, decided with women, decided with business. And so I was like, okay, can I apply that to the Pokemon space and share that insight in a language that people are open to hearing? You know, the kind of books I read and shit, most people aren't reading that shit. But I still know, you know, something told me it was Terra Water. But I know, I think I may have even said it. Did I say it? Maybe. Either way, it's a really big issue, actually. But we're gonna figure it out. Primarily because it's Volk, but his Volk can't Terra, and I can control the weather a bit, and I can Terra my Arceus, so I'll take away his type advantage. So I'll probably still be fine, but he has light screen, and you know, but I knocked the item off, so it won't last as long. But anyway, that's a really roundabout, unorganized sort of journey. And you know, as I make these videos, I just enjoy it. But at times I think, okay, you know, like more or less like, who gives a fuck, right? Like these guys are just, you know, coming here to get some entertainment. But every time I think that, almost divinely, a guy or two will hit me up, and we'll go through the processes, the same processes that will get anybody to get anything they want. So I break down the simplest sense. Okay, like what is I knew this matchup would come, so I decided to combine and flip the matchup. Depending on what his other move is, then I can win this 1v1. Obviously he gets the edge when he quivers, so we're gonna +6 to each other, but we can't Giga Drain. Like, he might have Giga Drain, but it's not gonna be if he has Giga Drain, I'm fucked, I think. We're gonna be playing Crit Wars. Yeah, if he has Giga Drain, I'm fucked. So I'm fucked. Okay. I mean, I figured, but you never know. What would need to happen? Is it possible? Should quiver again, yeah. I don't think so. He is doing way too much. And I'd have to crit him with Earth Power, and he's gonna get +6. I guess I can crit Fish, but yeah. Once he Terra Watered his Landorus, I guess I could have accounted for that. Like, what if he's a Terra that can take Jet Punch? Because mine is Terra Water. So that ended up working. Well, you know, this is great. You get to learn the lessons. But yeah, he definitely has the edge since he has Giga Drain. But we can crit him. That's our hope. I need maybe another priority user. Landorus is solid, but it's not doing that much work. Based on what I'm facing, at least, and based on the team construction I have right now. This is really, you know, the crit, excuse me, crit fishing. Because he's doing a lot. Yeah, it's 14 though. Yeah, but again, you gotta play to your outs. Grass not a 72 and quad resisted, that'd be a horrible idea. Even if I crit, I probably wouldn't kill him. But 40% is wild. I need to get if I attack him now, I won't get 2 hits. I need to get as many hits off as possible. So next turn I'll attack Psychics, which is a bad play. As a waste of turn, you should have kept Giga. There's literally no reason not to Giga Drain. So he actually gave me more opportunities to crit him. Yeah. You always just Giga Drain. There's no reason to Psychic. Even if you get a Spit Up drop, you're giving me more crit opportunities. But yeah, after going excuse me, through that journey several times, and now you're always on a journey, and so now I'm on the journey of building a gaming ecosystem to where guys who use, you know, like again, behind the avatar, we have different motivations. So it's like, you know, what about my guys that I care deeply about on the other side of that screen who hit me up? Like, how many guys are there like that who are behind the screen? And this isn't theory. I'm not giving you motivational tips, right? Like, this is fast. I hesitate to use the word guaranteed. So I was like, how can I scale that in a way that's easily accessible, meaning anyone can access it, without a paywall, still make it make business sense? And so that's the journey we're on right now. I have some key ideas for some things coming out, but there are ways to do it. There's always a way. And I'm not one to play in regret. So I'm gonna need like evidence that it's not gonna work. That's my last opportunity, Chris, right here. By actually applying it. And even then, there's still always a way. I just might not have uncovered it yet. So yeah, that's where we are. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't ever talk about the other non-Mons related skill sets that I've developed over the years. There are a few people online who know. Obviously, when I met up, I don't know why I'm coughing. With Blunder and Joey, them in person, them seeing me, and you know, me and Blunder went out at CTC, and all of them went out to the club and all that. And so it was an interesting kind of thing. I shouldn't have let actually I didn't even think about my lead. We're just chopping it up at this point. We'll figure out winning and all that later. But yeah, so you know, there's certain people who do know in the online space. It's like, okay, yeah, this shit ain't no joke. But yeah, it's like, okay, who gives, like, do people even care about that? I know there's a percentage of guys who would genuinely benefit, but it's like, is it worth talking about enough in videos to where it kind of derails from the point for those who aren't interested in, you know, who is Jam offline? So, you know, maybe in streams, I remember when I used to do streams, that's when, you know, I talk more about like, okay, well, like, who is this guy from that standpoint? But right now my core focus, and I'm super rambling at the moment, my core focus is just figuring out how to make the science of getting what you want out of life really accessible. I have a lot of wealthy, if you want to use money, people in my circle, and you know, I always used to look and go like, man, why do I get to have this stuff? You know, I've been blessed, and I'm super grateful for that. And I used to feel some level of guilt, right? It's like, man, you know, you see a homeless guy, you're like, yeah, did he even really have a shot? And I don't mean in like his choices don't get him to where he is, but you know, growing up in a certain environment, kind of, you know, it's like, dang. So there was a guilt that's gone now, but because I learned like what good is it gonna do by sitting around feeling bad for your blessings? That gets a crazy play. Goodbye. Oh, okay, you're here. Get rid of these hazards real quick. Oh right, he has a Goldengo. Shit, she didn't remember about that. He might nasty plot, make it rain. Is not doing shit. What was his item? Okay, Goldengo being here is okay with that, because you got nothing for this. Finna Terra flying too. Is that the wave? Yeah, I was gonna rocks there, but doesn't really help me. Everything resists rocks, and the Cyclozar is probably boots. Going to mag on a landerish. You're screaming some kind of bullshit. Terra flying, huh? Okay. You're probably not shift gear if you're ice beam, maybe a soul vest. Like, you were screaming bullshit. The quickness to which you go to Magirna. on a fucking Landers that just destroyed you. Like, come on. Screaming bullshit. I don't know if that's a soul bits. I don't think so. Palafin is actually mid-ish. Mid-ish. It's good, but mid-ish. It's not true. It's actually fucking dangerous. Yes, sir. You know, since you want to get cooked, I'll okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna amplify the cooking. Bro went for that draining kiss, and I was like, no more. I was trying to stop the full switch, which I did successfully. So I'm still in a position of power. Shout outs to my man, what's it called? Pranksters BS. Considered like was our shit too. T-spikes. I didn't want Goldingo coming in, but I guess I could have factored Cyclozar being an issue. I have a couple ways I could go about this. I could go Buzz and knock off, knowing he has to. Yeah, he's already Terra, so I'll do that. I'll go force him to shed tail, force the Goldingo in, and take all the leverage that way. My mag's taking a beating, but I'll start picking up KOs because forces Goldingo in. If he chooses to go to anything other than Goldingo, then I get the defog off, right? And so making rain is irrelevant. Yeah, I should recover. Leftovers Maciarna. A couple ways to go about this. It's like a max Goldingo. That's okay. So we're gonna get this money with this Palafin. It's about time Palafin starts killing people. That sounded really fucked up. Start doing damage. Let's be a bit more PG. I should flip turn because the mag is coming in, but I'll have one more hit at me because the HP on the mag is so low. And have mag being gone, I can Sandsteer Storm for KOs every time. But yeah, it's like, okay, how do I make that information in a way that's engaging? Because initially, where I was naive to think, okay, I can, as long as the information is present, then, you know, then the problem is solved. It's like, no, you got to make it in a way that's engaging. And so it's like, okay, my thing was, all right, I work with a lot of guys offline, and I see what knowing the right information does for a man. It's like, okay, how could I make that? How could I incorporate that in somewhere guys are already choosing to be, like online gaming spaces and stuff like that? And so over the years, after realizing like, oh, one, there are real guys behind the avatar that are having real problems and they're real solutions, and then when they get the real solutions, they get real results. Like, fast speed is big for me. I'm not interested in the traditional style of on the couch for 25 years. You're crazy. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. There's literally no reason to SD there. That was a big mistake, brother. It's a big deal. That Cyclozar, now it's over. He has to go Cyclozar when I get to VS. I get to VS and then he's staring down my Landers. Yeah, VS to break the Goldingo sub. Because even if he's staying in, what was he gonna do? And then the storm. Here comes the storm. Yeah, it's over. But yeah, SDing with Zacian wasn't the way. GG. But yeah, man, it's an exciting journey. It's one of those things where there's a certain degree of fulfillment that comes from, like, we're really going at this. We're really about to do some unprecedented shit, and this is small in my mind, right? One, compared to what my long-term life goals are, And compared to a motherfucker that once had to look around and say, you know, everybody's riding horses, but I'm gonna create this metal contraption thing that will drive over miles way faster than a horse. And everybody around that person going, what the fuck? Put him in a straitjacket. Or even worse, I mean, there's so many things. Like, sometimes it trips me up when people are very pessimistic and doubtful about, oh, shit ain't never gonna change. And this isn't just like YouTube thing, but just in general, like offline even more so. And I was like, I remember around the police brutality stuff, like before COVID and all that, I remember having a conversation with two people around my age at the time. I was like 23 or 24. And we were talking and they were saying, oh man, this shit ain't never gonna change, more or less. And I'm like, if everybody thought like how you thought, we'd still be where we were in terms of just in everything, frankly, right? Every revolution ever in anything started with a guy saying, I've had enough and I'm gonna put my life on that. And today we're surrounded by cowards, you know. But instead of sitting around and saying shit's never gonna change, like, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna fold. We're gonna be the generation that folds. So that's a bit more on, you know, jam behind the Pokemon player. But for some reason, this vehicle is supposed to be with me, and we're just getting started, ladies and gents. So if you made it this far, definitely hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.